welcome back. I'm your host, Leslie Cottle, and you are listening to This Empowered Life podcast, the podcast made to support you on your self-transformation journey, helping you live your life's purpose and align with your highest timeline. Today's episode is a good morning journaling practice from my book, Soul Therapy, the 28-day journaling breakthrough series. So if you would like to learn about being the witness to your own life and how you can transform your life, keep on listening. Hello. So I'm here. It's a Saturday morning. I made myself a little matcha tea and I have to be somewhere in an hour and 7 minutes. So I thought it would be fun to just pop on and record a podcast kind of quickly. And this week I want to talk about soul therapy. Soul Therapy is my book that I wrote in 2020, and then I released it, I think earlier this year in 2021. And oh man, I did it, I released it, and then I don't know, I got caught up in other things, and I haven't talked about it in a while. And then someone started buying it, someone else started asking me about it, and it was just this nice nudge from the universe that I needed to talk about soul therapy again. So Soul Therapy is a 28-day journaling breakthrough series. I really feel like I channeled this book. It just came out so clear. And its intention is really to help people become aware, really, really aware of the present moment. And I love journaling as this practice because there's so many thoughts in our head. I don't know if you know this, but there are 50,000 to 70,000 thoughts per day in your mind. Everybody has this. So the idea that you could get some of those on paper, or at least the ones that stick out, the ones that are the story, the ones that are triggering, the ones that you're just telling yourself all the time, to be able to get those on a piece of paper, just journaling, you're able to see the things that pop up, that you're able to see what you really think. Because we're always thinking, your mind is always running. When you write some of it down, you're able to become a lot more aware of it. And so I love journaling in general as a practice. And Soul Therapy is a book that has 28 really powerful days of intentional questions. And it's made to help you expand your awareness, become more present, become more aware. Because when you become more aware is when things can change. And I think it's awareness, acknowledgement is the first step of transformation. And I think it's the most overlooked step of transformation. Because so many of us are not in the present moment. We're thinking about the past, we're thinking about the future, but the present moment is really where change can happen. It's where everything is happening in the now, right now. We can't possibly actually predict what's going to happen in the future. We can't carry the baggage of the past with us all the time. But that's really where people live most of the time, right? We're living in the past or we're living in the future. And what's happening in the present moment is what's actually happening now. And what's happening now is how you can change the future if you want. So I love awareness practices. I love journaling. And I think that any kind of practice that's going to help you step outside of the story that you're telling yourself every day is power. whether that's journaling, whether that's a powerful question that you're asking yourself, whether it's a person reflecting back to you how you're showing up. The present moment is power because it gives you the ability to change if you want, to align with the things that you want, because in the present moment is where we're creating reality. We're creating the future right now. And so if you're always in the past or always in the future, you're never co-creating basically with the universe. You're just kind of allowing it all to happen. So day 2 of soul therapy, if you want to grab a journal or grab some water, take a big deep breath right now and exhale, and just allow yourself to be present with this practice today. And today's prompt is about being a witness to your own life. And being a witness is about stepping away from the story. It's about observing yourself objectively. So without judgment, without worry, without your identity, without being your identity. It's allowing yourself to step away from all of that and to observe, to watch, to be a person who sees facts and not stories, and to just kind of be the anthropologist of your life. So the first question that's in this book is about, the question is, what advice would you give yourself for this chapter of life? As a witness, as a watcher, as an observer, as someone who sees facts, what advice would you give yourself for this chapter of life? And you can pause this and journal for as long as you want, whether it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 1 minute. Just allow yourself to be the observer and see what comes through as you ask yourself, what advice would you give yourself for this chapter of life? All right, I hope you did that. And the second question for day 2 of soul therapy is, as this witness, as the observer, with a bird's eye view, what do you see differently as you look at the past, present, and future with a bird's eye view? So I want you to imagine basically stepping outside of your body, just going up, 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 safely, and being able to look at yourself with a 360 view, not as yourself, as the observer. And what do you see differently that you didn't see before? What do you see differently as you look at the past, the present, and the future with a bird's eye view? And you can pause this. All right. Well, I hope that you did that. I hope that you enjoyed this practice today. And just another note on being the witness. It's so powerful. I know I said that in the beginning of this episode, but just think about how powerful it is when the idea, okay, you know when you like walk down the street and you have your headphones on, you're like jamming out, or maybe you're like driving your car and you're jamming out, and then you notice someone watching you, and instantly it changes your behavior. That is the power of having a witness. And when you're able to observe yourself. It jolts you into almost like it feels like another dimension, another state of consciousness. When someone's watching you, you become aware. And so think about how powerful that could be in yourself. If there are patterns that you're stuck in or things that you're doing automatically that you don't want to be doing, imagine having a witness to that process, witnessing yourself doing those things. Imagine what could happen, just jolting you out of the experience into another state where you can actually change how you're thinking, how you're acting, how you're showing up, and align with something that you want, align with the way that you want to be showing up, align with a reality that you want to be showing up with. So cool, so powerful. So I will link soul therapy in the show notes if you would like to continue with soul therapy. And yeah, I'm just super pumped. So love you so much. Love you guys. And I hope that you have a great, great day. Tune in Tuesdays for more yummy and soulful episodes. If you love what you're hearing and want to support the podcast, please follow and rate the podcast on Spotify and Apple to help new listeners find us. To find out more about my coaching and healing practice, head over to my website, www.lesliecottle.com. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next episode.